Hello everybody and a very good afternoon to you all watching at home on the TCR TV YouTube channel, TCR Europe Facebook, and those of us trackside here at the Salzburgring. A very warm welcome to TCR Europe Round 6, the second and final day, the reverse grid race here at this beautiful Austrian venue. My name is Paul Jeffrey and I am delighted to welcome you all to this broadcast for what should be another very, very exciting race indeed. Earlier today we had a great battle at the front of the field. Franco Girolami, our 2022 champion, took honours ahead of Ignacio Montenegro. Montenegro having his best race of the year so far. But of course, if you know all about the world of TCR Europe, you will know one thing. Race 2 is a reverse grid. A reverse grid of what, I hear you say? The top 10 from qualification 2. What does that mean for us? That means Giovanni Scamardi is the man on pole position for SP competition, but alongside him, the rapid starting in race 1, Ruben Volt. The Estonian driver struggled for pace in the race, but certainly knows how to get the car off the line. It's going to be an interesting dynamic as we head down into T1. Ruben Fernandez will start in 3rd position, and then Levente Lasonche in the 4th position spot. Felipe Fernandez, Aurelien Comte are 5 and 6. In 7th position, it's Concepcion alongside Anderson. In 9th, it is Ignacio Montenegro, and our race 1 winner, Franco Girolami, will start from 10th position. Viktor Davidovski made a mistake in qualifying. That forced him to start from 11th position for both races. Just behind him is Nico Baldan and Sandro Sobek in 13th position. As you can tell, if you're trackside, and if you can tell on the screen, conditions are significantly drier than we have experienced all weekend long. We came into race 1 with a question mark around tyres. Would it be fit slicks? Would it be wets? Majority of the field picked wet tyres. Nico Baldan picked slicks. Didn't work out for the Italian driver. There is no question whatsoever as to which tyres our field will be running in this race. It will be the slick Kumo tyre for each and every driver. Perfect weather conditions to go racing. No rain in the air. The track's a little bit greasy. There are some puddles in spots. But realistically, this is going to be flat out charge to the checkered flag. Big question mark that remains though for the teams and drivers is all about data. We have had absolutely no dry running this weekend. It was intermittently dry during the test on Friday, but in terms of timed official sessions, this is by far and away the driest these conditions have been for these drivers. That means there's going to be a huge question mark over car setup. There's going to be a huge question mark on how aggressive one needs to go on tyre pressures. There's going to be a huge question mark on how the balance of these cars will develop over the course of the next 13 or so laps. For Sandro Sobek, that we see on our screen there in the bright yellow Audi, there's a huge question mark on everything. He found himself in the gravel on the opening lap. He's got plenty of learning to do in comparison to his rivals as we head into this next 13 laps of racing. Lots of questions to be answered, and I am looking forward to finding out those answers together with you all at home as this race progresses. Victor Anderson for MAGP in the Lincoln Co that we see on screen now, the bright orange car. Victor had a very, very good opportunity this morning, starting as he was from 3rd on the grid. Unfortunately, contact into the T1 chicane sent the Lincoln Co around. Anderson came in, gambled on slick tyres, wasn't the right choice, and that led to a very disappointing end race result, crossing the line in 11th position. Can the young Swedish driver do a little bit more this race? We know he's got the pace, but he's never quite managed the execution over his year and a half of TCR Europe touring car action. Today could very well be the day. Franco Girolami is our runaway championship leader. A grand old score of 20 points ahead of Aurelien Comte. Won last time out earlier on today, did Girolami, following a glorious battle with Ignacio Montenegro. The Argentine driver, though, started in 10th position in dry conditions, most certainly has his work cut out for him. Looking forward to seeing how Girolami progresses through these opening few laps of the race. We know this is a quick track. We know it's a track where overtaking is difficult but possible. And with so many unanswered questions coming into this event, there is certainly an opportunity for Girolami. 5-minute board then has been waved on the grid. time to start clearing the officials, clearing the VIPs and everybody away so we can get ready to go motor racing in a few minutes' time. Big thank you all for joining us online and trackside. We look forward to hopefully producing a very entertaining race for you indeed. We're looking at Ruben Fernandez on our screen at this moment in time. Ruben finished 8th for Goat Racing in race 1, just behind his brother Felipe Fernandez. Both Fernandez brothers, though, having a good battle with Victor Davidovsky, and to a lesser degree, Levente Lasonche ahead. They'll be hoping to move forward. Spoke to them a little bit earlier on today during that autograph session on pit road, and both feel confident of their prospects of having a strong race this afternoon. The crowd's lining up the top of the pit building, ready to see the starting action. Good crowd here at the Salzburgring today. It's been a fantastic weekend of on-track action, aerial displays as well from the Austrian police, the Cobra unit. We saw it briefly on our screens in race 1 there. Hostage rescue helicopter doing displays as well, high-speed pursuits with an Audi on track. Really impressive stuff. Great to see the Cobra unit of the Austrian police out here and showing us exactly what it is that they're capable of. There's been car clubs, there's been track displays, and of course, there's been TCR Europe, which is the A game this weekend, and our fans are very hungry indeed to get the racing action started and have a look at what these touring car drivers can do on this sensational 4.241 kilometre circuit here at the Salzburgring. In the hills, there's a little bit of weather up on high, but nothing that's going to concern us this afternoon. Track conditions are perfect for motor racing. 3-minute board now, anticipation rises. Don't go anywhere if you're watching at home. Or if I do, you've got 2 minutes 45 seconds. Go make a drink, come back, get settled in. This is going to be an absolute cracking sporting spectacle. I cannot wait to share the experience with you over the course of the next 30 minutes or so. If you missed race 1 a little earlier today, first and foremost, go back and watch it. It was great. But to give you a bit of a recap, it was Franco Girolami that won the race from Ignacio Montenegro. Montenegro, a little bit of splitter damage in that fight. That's why he kind of dropped away towards the end. But they were swapping places very impressively over a couple of laps were Girolami and Montenegro. Really good display of touring car racing. They finished 1-2, advantage Girolami. Ruben Volt, lightning start from 8th on the grid. Got up to 3rd by the first corner. Didn't really have the pace in the car from there on out. Of course, Ruben Volt carrying the maximum compensation weight of 40 kilograms. Just behind him, Kay Morelli and Comte. He put a good pass on Levente Lasonche to take 4th, just ahead of the young Hungarian driver. And then Victor Davidovsky making amends somewhat for his qualifying mistake. Crossed the line in 6th position, scoring good points for himself and the Monlau Motorsport team. Then it was Felipe Fernandez Ruben, 7th and 8th. Then, of course, Santiago Concepcion in 9th. Giovanni Scamardi, the manual start from pole position, finished in 10th. And then the delayed Victor Anderson, the wrong tyre shod Nico Baldan, and the DNF for Sandro Selbek, 13th and last. 1 minute 10 seconds then left on the board. Now we've gone through the race 1 result, let's go through the race 2 grid. Giovanni Scamardi on pole position from Ruben Volt. Ruben Fernandez, Levente Lasonche are 3rd and 4th positions. Felipe Fernandez will start from position 5, just ahead of Aurelian Comte. Then it is Santiago Concepcion in 7th, ahead of Victor Anderson. Ignacio Montenegro starts from row 5 in 9th position. He's got Franco Girolami for company. Victor Davidovsky and Nico Baldan are 11th and 12th, and bringing up the grid, Sandro Selbek for Mar Racing Osterol in 13th position. You know the grid, you know the results from last time around, and you most certainly know exactly what our drivers are about to embark upon. Very important for their championship standings, very important for their own particular race results. And most important of all, getting these cars away from the line and down into T1. So the green flag in a few seconds' time. Anybody who knows their touring cars will know we do a formation lap, back round to the grid, and then it will be a standing start. Despite the great start of Ruben Volt last time around, we know that Honda has been a little bit dicey off the line this year. The Estonian driver will be very enthusiastic to get away quickly, try and find a way past Giovanni into the run down into T1. Looking out my commentary box window, everybody's away from the line nice and cleanly, which is always good to see as they embark on their adventure around this beautiful Salzburgring circuit. 13 laps of 4.241 kilometres around 15 corners. This is going to be the first time TCR Europe have visited this venue. But something to keep in mind, the current race lap record was recorded in 2017 in the TCR International Series for 1 minute 26.583. Gen 1 car, of course, in 2017, but I expect that time to tumble at the conclusion of the race today. Question is, who's going to get that lap record? The even bigger question is, who's going to come away from this race with a maximum points haul of 40 for a race victory? In a few minutes' time, we'll begin to answer those questions. Before we do get started, a big shout out to everybody here at the Salzburgring. It's wonderful to have you trackside with us. I hope you're enjoying the festivities of today. I hope you managed to get down to pit lane and get your driver autograph card signed. Your TCR Europe posters all signed up as a little souvenir and a memento of your weekend of racing. It's great to see so many people so enthusiastic about touring car racing here this weekend, and a big call to action for you as well. We'll be down in the fan village for the race 2 podium at the conclusion of this race, so it'll be great to see you all down there and celebrating with our drivers. Small matter though, 13 laps to complete before we get to that point. All the pressure's on that man, Ruben Bolt, the ALM Motorsport Honda Civic Type R TCR FL5. Ruben Bolt, he's been lightning fast this season. We saw him a little bit in 2023 as well. We know that he is very firmly one of the brightest stars of the TCR Europe field. The question is, can he get away from the line and can he do something about Giovanni Scamardi ahead? That's the big question. We'll find out in a few moments' time as to who is the swiftest away from the line, putting themselves in the best position possible to get an early advantage in this 30-lap encounter. Scamardi already had a reverse grid pole position this season. He started from P1 on his home race at the Zolder circuit last time out. That weekend didn't go to plan. A little bit of brake troubles. Ended not quite as the Belgian driver would have expected. Possible redemption today, we will find out. As the last car now, the yellow machine of Sandro Subek lines up into his position. In a few moments, the green flag will wave as it does. And here we go then, TCR Europe 2024, round 6. Here's go, big wheel spin for Scamardi in the front of the field. This gives Ruben Bolt a massive opportunity to get the launch off of the line, running down into T1. Ruben Bolt has the inside line. Scamardi tries to defend his position. No opportunity though. Ruben Bolt, car number 27, has the best opportunity into the braking zone into T1. Can the Estonian driver contact between himself and Scamardi? Both cars survive. Scamardi exits, stays right over the gravel, gets back out in front of Ruben Bolt. The Estonian driver will not enjoy that one bit. Fernandez holding on to third position as well. Ruben Fernandez having a look around the outside. No such opportunity. More drama for Victor Anderson at the back of the field as well. He's dropped behind Saubek. Saubek runs a little bit deep though, so opportunity there for Anderson, but flash to the lights from Ruben Bolt. Did not like that one. He's warning Giovanni Scamardi, you went off track, I want that position back. But the Belgian driver, unrepentant at this stage, has an early race lead. While Ruben Bolt is concentrating on Giovanni Scamardi in front, Ruben Fernandez behind is getting very, very interested over the puddle on the top of the circuit. No problem though in slick tyres for these cars as they make their way through. Ruben Bolt still second position. Fernandez dropping back a little bit. Levente Lasonche at the back of your shot as well, coming under big pressure from Aurelien Comp. There is the blue and grey machine of Aurelien Comp. Just behind him is one of the Monlau Motorsport cars as well. So Aurelien under a little bit of pressure in the early stages of this running from Franco Girolami, our race 1 winner. There is Girolami, car number 27. Aurelien Comp just ahead, car number 7. The French driver elects to go defensive on the drag down into T1. Girolami had a look to the inside, no opportunity, has a second bite of the cherry. Franco thinks better of it, pulls back behind his French rival. Good bit of driving there from Franco Girolami. Plenty of drama then over the course of the top 5-6 runners on this racetrack. Ruben Fernandez now under huge pressure from Levente Lasonche. Sorry, Ignacio Montenegro, that is. Or is it Lasonche? Let's have a look. Yes, it is Lasonche Fernandez under big pressure. The Hungarian driver side by side. Two Hondas, same car, different teams. Lasonche hungry to find a way past. Has the opportunity, coming down in for third position. Can Levente Lasonche outdrag his Spanish rival? He has the high ground, he takes the position away. Good bit of driving there from Lasonche. Aurelien Comte decides he wants a little piece of that action as well, but there's no Cupra-sized gap alongside Fernandez at this moment in time, as there is a change for our race lead. Giovanni Scamardi elects to allow Ruben Volt back past. Volt now retakes his rightful position at the front of the field. The big question is, does Scamardi have enough pace in that Cupra to get back on terms and try and find a way back past? Not by going on that line, you won't, Giovanni, as he goes over the gravel. No harm, no foul on this occasion, though. He returns onto the racetrack undeterred in second position. Ruben Fernandez is about to lose that third to Levente Lasonche. Yes, he does. Fernandez not quite able to retain that position as we go past the timing line, just behind Aurelien Comte and Franco Girolami. Girolami still behind his championship rival for company. He's got Felipe Fernandez and Ignacio Montenegro behind as well. Montenegro having a decent start, up into 8th position. Not a bad opening gambit from 9th on the grid for Montenegro. And there is Ignacio Montenegro, as I'm saying just that, finds a way past Felipe Fernandez. Job done into 7th position for the Argentinian driver. Good stuff then in the early stages of this race. Franco Girolami looking one way and the other behind the rear of Aurelien Comte. He fancies his chances of finding a way past. Both cars are Cupras, both are the facelifted brand new Cupra for 2024. Different teams, of course, same mark, same model. As Aurelien Comte throws the car down the inside, there was no space there, but he finds a little bit, elbows out, bit of contact between himself and Fernandez. Aurelien Comte immediately proving himself this season to be a driver unafraid to get those elbows sharpened out. Fernandez withstands the pressure on this occasion, but that is a signal of intent from Aurelien Comte. He's not interested in the defensive drive. He wants to push forward, but he's compromised through the final turn. This gives Franco Girolami the opportunity to get a run. Coming down into T1, Girolami has the outside line. He's got the overlap coming to the breaking point. Contact between our two championship rivals. Franco Girolami over the gravel. He gets back on the racetrack, allows Aurelien Comte to retake that position, but Franco Girolami will not like that one bit at all. That allows Ignacio Montenegro to look around the outside line. The Argentine driver, though, does have the line covered, does Franco Girolami. Montenegro can't find a way past on this occasion, but two cars into one in the T1 chicane do not go, and on this occasion Aurelien Comte, with the robustest of defences, manages to hold on to that 5th position for now, but almost immediately Franco Girolami's back on the attack again. He's got a good run down the back straight, looking all sides to find a way past, over the puddle into the long swooping right-hander. You've got to be careful not to aggressively push the car too hard, because it's very, very easy to run out of racetrack on this Salzburgring circuit, but no such problem for Franco Girolami as the fight continues. It's like round 5 all over again, but in much better conditions and a bit further down the field. Franco Girolami in the heart of all of the action, currently holding on to 6th position. Cars across the line then to complete another lap. It is Ruben Volt from Giovanni Scamardi from Levente Lasonche. Ruben Fernandez 4th position, and then it's Aurelien Comte and Franco Girolami as one in 5th and 6th places. Currently Aurelien Comte holds the advantage, but Franco Girolami just behind him. Ignacio Montenegro gets very crossed up through the T1 chicane. At the front of the field, it is again Giovanni Scamardi, again trying to find a way past Ruben Volt. No opportunities on this occasion. That allows Levente Lasonche to buy into this particular fight. Lasonche, though, doesn't have enough room to get alongside the Cupra, and the Hungarian driver will have to redouble his efforts to find a way past Giovanni Scamardi. New to the world of TCR Europe, but proven himself to be a very competitive driver. Indeed is the Belgian. Started in pole, currently in 2nd place. This could go any way of 4 or 5 drivers at this early stage of the running. There is Levente Lesonche, just gone through our shot. Just behind him is Ruben Fernandez, and then Aurelien Comte and Franco Girolami glued together again as one in 5th and 6th position. Fernandez in the near all-white Honda, then the blue and silver machine of Aurelien Comte, then the red, white and yellow car of Girolami. Just behind them, Ignacio Montenegro's had a good start. Scamardi again, very wide to the final corner. That has opened an opportunity up for Lesonche. Lesonche only has the outside line into the T1 chicane. We've seen this one try and fail before. Lesonche, though, unafraid to go side by side in the braking zone, elects to back out of that one. Gives Giovanni Scamardi the position and try to fight on again. Does Levente Lesonche. Great racing from all of these drivers thus far. Lesonche, though, goes to the inside. Levente Lesonche, contact between himself and Scamardi. Scamardi pushed wide, stays on the racetrack. This has opened the door, though, in touring car style. Levente Lesonche can't find a space, so he makes himself one. Gets past Giovanni Scamardi. The robust defence of the Belgian driver is eventually broken, and then Levente Lesonche is into 2nd position. Scamardi down into 3rd place, but he's firmly in the slipstream of the Honda ahead. Does not want to give this one up just yet, trying to find a way back past his Hungarian rival. Meanwhile, Aurelien Comte and Ruben Fernandez are also locked into battle just behind these two warring drivers. Aurelien Comte looks to the inside. No doing on this lap. Fernandez very, very wide through the right-hander. Gets the car back on the racing line, though, lives to fight another day, and that is some really fierce racing by all three, to be fair, of our top 3 runners at this moment in time. And there's a mistake for Fernandez. Fernandez into the gravel, does well to control the car, gathers it all back together again, but that is a gift-wrapped overtake for Aurelien Comte. Comte makes his way past. Windscreen wipers are running on these cars. I don't see no rain out of my commentary box window. Ruben Fernandez, though, sees plenty of problems because everybody's driving past him like a NASCAR race on the outside line. Ruben Fernandez is plummeting down the running order following that little mistake through the final corner. Comte and Girolami side by side again. Girolami looking for the outside line. That was fine in the dry, not in the wet. And there's yellow flags waving. I think our cameraman almost caught it on the shot, but there is a Fernandez-shaped Honda in the gravel, so some kind of drama for one of the Fernandez machines. Not quite sure exactly. There it is, Ruben Fernandez, hard contact into the barrier for the Spanish driver. Immediately the marshal's over to provide assistance. Hopefully Ruben is okay after that one. That looked like quite a contact. No safety car as things stand at this moment in time. It is still green flag running. We're still racing at the front of the field, but Ruben Fernandez from 5th position is now out of this race. That moves Girolami up one spot, as it does Montenegro, and then Concepcion, Felipe Fernandez, Baldon, Davidovski, and of course Anderson further back. And there we go, safety car has been called on my timing screens. So the safety car has been called. Everybody's going to slow on down. No overtaking, of course, under the safety car. And for the second time in 2 races, we are going to have to nullify the racing activity, while hopefully Ruben Fernandez is okay and gets out of his car. We'll check up on that one in a few moments' time, but a big contact there for Ruben Fernandez. That is the GOAT Racing Honda. Big damage to the left-hand side, the driver's left of that Honda machine, and Fernandez, you can see just how close the racetrack is to the tyre barriers, so really big hit there for the Spaniard. He's out of the car. You can see he's not in the cockpit there, so that's always a really good sign. And of course, driver safety is always of paramount importance in any racing series, not least of which in TCR Europe. So we hope Ruben Fernandez is okay after that one. And it's a real shame, actually, running in 5th position at that point, having another good race. And there is Ruben. Great to see he's out of the car, having a look at the damage, a wry smile on his face as well. He knows he's been in a big one. Doesn't look particularly comfortable, does Ruben Fernandez, as he's walking through the gravel trap, but it's great to see he's unaided and he's doing okay. So real shame for Ruben Fernandez. Hopefully we can see exactly what happened that put him off into the barriers. We saw previous to the race ending incident, Fernandez had to go over the gravel on the exit of the final corner, that kind of compromised him on the start-finish straight. Several cars made their way past, and then maybe some kind of issue befell Ruben Fernandez, but the next time we see him, he's there in the barrier. So real shame for Ruben Fernandez, but again, at least he's okay. That's the most important thing as we go under safety car conditions once again here at the Salzburgring. The field is led round by the new Cupra safety car in TCR Europe, and hopefully in a few moments time we'll have a look at some replays from the start of the race and try and unpick who are the big winners and losers in the opening few encounters here of round 6 of TCR Europe at the Salzburgring. Beautiful track, great series, very close competition, and at this moment in time, temporary pause in activity while our marshals beaver away clear in the Goat Racing Honda, the stranded Goat Racing Honda, Ruben Fernandez. So here we go then. Let's take another look at the start. A lot of wheel spin for Giovanni Scamardi at the front of the field. I saw that from my commentary box window. That allowed Ruben Volt to get alongside for the long drag down into the T1 chicane. We did a piece on this one at the start of the weekend about how tight it is at this T1 chicane. Contact between the two. Scamardi elected to bail over the gravel trap, much to the air of Ruben Volt. Retakes that race lead. There was a flash of the lights from Volt a little bit later on. For his own part, the Estonian driver did well to collect the car together. A little bit further back, we didn't see this one in the live actually. That is Franco Girolami. In fact, we did, I apologise. That's Girolami skating over the gravel. And then Levente Lasonche and Giovanni Scamardi again in battle. Lasonche trying the outside line, then looking at the switchback through T1. It's an opportunity, but it's very difficult to run too wide at that particular corner. Good defending from Giovanni Scamardi. Good driving from the Belgian driver. Levente Lasonche on that occasion managed to find his way past. And here's a bit of news for you folks. Here's a bit of news. What's that I hear you say? It's a red flag. That means the race has been stopped. The cars will come down pit lane. Everything will be paused momentarily. I can only assume that is to effect some repairs on the circuit. But we are under red flag conditions here at the Salzburgring for round 6 of TCR Europe in 2023. The Cupra safety car will take the field into pit lane, and then hopefully we'll get an update soon as to what the intentions of race control are to bring this race back into action again. Take this moment actually, as I did in race 1. It's always worth repeating. You can never say this one enough, but I want to take the opportunity to give a big shout out and thank you to the marshals here at the Salzburgring for the great work that they do to keep us racing safely, to keep everything on track. Big shout out to everybody here at the Salzburgring for the work they're doing, and to marshals the world over. Great team of volunteers that if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be motor racing. They're often in the worst of conditions. They have to stand for hours on end doing a lot of hard work on behalf of us. Don't get the credit they deserve. So big thank you to the Marshall team, and hopefully they can extract that Goat Racing Honda as quickly as possible, and we can get back under green flag racing conditions once again. The good news is Fernandez is away from the car, so he's left the scene now of the accident. He'll go and be checked up, make sure everything is all okay as the Cupra comes down pit lane. Difficult pit lane entry, it has to be said, here at the Salzburgring. You wouldn't want to make any mistakes attacking that one, it has to be said. But the Cupra brings the field through into pit road. Obviously the pit lane is now closed, so nobody will leave in the pit lane as the race is neutralised temporarily under red flag conditions. We've still got everybody in the race apart from Ruben Fernandez. We didn't see this during the live, but Sandro Saubeck is on my timing screen as in pit lane. So Saubeck having another absolutely nightmare race. Doesn't look like he's really completed any kind of laps, 2 laps in fact. So he doubled his lap count from race 1. 3 racing laps this weekend for Sandro Saubeck. Not an ideal scenario, it has to be said. Not quite sure exactly why Sandro is out of contention in this one, but it's a real shame for the Austrian driver on home soil, hoping to get a few more racing laps under his belt and enjoy the experience a little bit more than has unfortunately been the case, as a rather sad looking Goat Racing Honda Civic It's hoisted away. Difficult spot for the marshals to extract. The gravel here is very, very deep indeed, so you can't really drag the car out. They need to hoist it onto the back of a low loader and then of course carry it around and back to the paddock. Hence the reason we have this red flag. You can see on your screen, I can see from my commentary box window a few drivers out of their car, I think, actually. So short delay in proceedings, don't go anywhere, there's plenty of excitement still to unfold. And there is the heavily damaged Honda Civic. Shame we can't see the other side of it actually to see just how much damage is on that Ruben Fernandez car. Try and unpick a little bit what happened. I'm hearing from one of my colleagues there was a big lockup from Fernandez before he contacted the barrier, so one has to assume there will be some kind of outcome from his off-track excursion just a few corners previous, but the end result's still the same. Ruben Fernandez is now a retiree from this race. Doesn't look too bad, the Civic, that side, but you certainly wouldn't want to buy that second hand from the other angle. But the Goat Racing team, very, very good outfit, new to TCR Europe in 2024. They will certainly get that car all fixed up before we go racing again for our next race for rounds 7 and 8. We're at Spa-Francorchamps next time around, one of the finest racetracks in all of Europe. Spa is a wonderful place, so 5th and 6th of July we'll be racing again at that one. Put a note in your diary. If it's possible for you to head on out, I definitely recommend you going to Spa-Francorchamps. It's a great track anyway, and a touring car in those conditions, absolutely fantastic. So back to the here and now. We're still under red flag conditions as things stand. There are the cars queuing patiently at the end of pit lane, just waiting for our marshals team to clear the stranded Fernandez car, make sure everything is safe and good to go racing again, and then we'll conclude the race in front of us. 8 laps completed. Ruben Volt is our current race leader. Levente Lasonche is in second position. Giovanni Scamardi, having started on pole position and had a great race with Lasonche and Volt, he's currently running in third place. Just behind him is Aurelien Comte in position number 4. Importantly, Aurelien is ahead of his championship rival Franco Girolami. Girolami in 6th place as things stand, and Santiago Concepcion in 7th position, and Felipe Fernandez 8th in the running order. Felipe, of course, brother of the now retired into the barriers Ruben Fernandez. 9th place is currently held by Nico Baldan in the Baldan group by ComTU Audi. Had a difficult weekend, it's fair to say, carrying the maximum compensation weight aboard. No, he's not, sorry, carrying 30 kilos compensation weight aboard that Audi. Never really seen the pace of the car. He had a gamble on slick tyres in race 1. That one didn't pay off. The weather conditions never quite came to Nico, but he's currently running in 9th place. And then just behind is Victor Davidovsky and Victor Anderson, the last of our 2 running cars. Davidovsky, of course, in the Cupra Leon VZ of Monlau Motorsports, and Victor Anderson in the Lincoln Co. 03 TCR of his father's team, MAGP, Matthias Anderson Grand Prix. Victor is one of those drivers where, speaking to him briefly before coming up to the commentary box, just saying how he's shown so much pace all the way through his TCR Europe career, but never quite managed to snag the results we know he can and we know he deserves. So hopefully the luck will turn for Victor and the family-run MAGP team as we see significant damage on that Goat Racing Honda. Real heavy hit there for Fernandez. Good work though by the Marshall team. Hello. Big wave from the fans. Nice to see you. Great to see you on the TV just outside my commentary box actually. So hope you're enjoying yourself trackside. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves trackside. We're not far away from going racing again. We're going to restart behind the safety car, I am hearing. But first, of course, we need to clear the safety vehicle, the snatch vehicle out on circuit, making its way down. Not quite as fast as a TCR car. There's certainly a lick of pace for a truck with a car at the back of it. And then we get to go racing again, hopefully very soon indeed. I did mention at the top of the show that I expect the lap record to tumble this weekend in today's race. Currently, the quickest lap is held by, I'm just looking down the timing screen real quick. It looks like the quickest lap is Nico Baldan, 25.777. The race lap record is 26.583. So already we've beaten the 2017 race lap record. Of course, these are Gen 2 cars. It was a Gen 1 Opel Astra. Remember those? Gen 1 Opel Astra back in the TCR International Series days. On the 11th of June 2017, Thomas Jaeger, Opel Astra TCR. So that lap record has now fallen, despite the severe lack of any kind of running in dry conditions that these cars have enjoyed over the course of this weekend. And good opportunity for us to see some of the beautiful scenery here at the Salzburgring. My first time at this track, my first time in Austria, actually, and can't recommend it enough. Despite the very best efforts of the British-like weather to spoil things, it really is a picturesque and absolutely beautiful venue. The racetrack, of course, we all know, is a stunning racetrack anyway, great to race on, great thrill and experience to turn laps around. But just the whole venue and the spectators' facilities and the warm welcome from everybody here at the circuit has been absolutely incredible. And it's a really highly recommend. If it's on your bucket list of places to come visit, go do it. It's a wonderful place, wonderful venue, wonderful racetrack, and hopefully we can put on a wonderful show in the non-too-distant future when we go green flag running again, hopefully in a few minutes' time. The sun is shining though, that is one good thing. Hello. Watching on TCR TV on YouTube. Lovely to see, lovely to see. Hopefully we get to go racing again in a few minutes' time. The sun is a-shining, the temperature is rising ever so slightly. There was talk of maybe a little bit of weather coming in around this sort of time earlier in the day, but doing the age-old thing of looking up into the sky rather than relying on apps and websites, and it does look like we may get away with dry conditions if things continue as they are. So fingers crossed one. Looking forward to seeing what happens. And again, just another reminder to everybody trackside, if you are here at the Salzburgring and want to celebrate the podium for our top three drivers, when we eventually get to that point, the podium celebrations will be down in the fan village on the big stage. Can't miss it. A lot of music, big stage down there. Please do head on down and make a special memory for our drivers that finish in the top three when we go racing once again. See, look at that. I'm telling you about how picturesque this place is. That's at a racetrack. How great is that? So much greenery, so many hills around us. You really are in the heart of the hills, the heart of nature, and then all of a sudden somebody's planked some tarmac down and gone racing. Fantastic place to visit as a fan, as a spectator. Look, I can see that's the view pretty much from my commentary box window. If I look behind me, behind the screens, absolutely sensational. A really beautiful place is the Salzburgring. Opened in 1969, of course, has hosted a number of racing championships. Last time a TCRs came here, as I say, was 2017. TCR Germany came a little bit later on as well, when that was a thing, but they were a bit slower than the TCR International days. And of course, another national championship will be visiting in just a couple of months' time as well. They host a whole variety of different racing series here. Perhaps not used as much as everybody local would like it to be used. It's such a hidden gem of motorsport. There's so very few of those around nowadays. But it really is one of those tracks where it's, I dare say, not in the top five of everybody. But then as soon as they come and see it and experience it for themselves, it immediately goes in to that top five of fantastic racetracks. It certainly has for me. I've been very lucky to visit a number of tracks over the time. Let's have a look at some highlights then while we wait for the race to get going. At the start of the race, from pole position, Giovanni Scamardi got away a little bit tardy from the line. That opened the door to Ruben Volt of ALM Motorsports. Ruben stretching his legs for the run down to T1. Little bit of a kiss into the braking zone. Scamardi elected to run over the gravel and retake that race lead, much to the disgust of Ruben Volt behind. There we go again, another view of that incident. Volt, for his own measure, did well to gather the car together as a little bit further back. Bit of contact with the tyre stacks for one of the ALM cars, and there is Franco Girolami onto the gravel. Sonche and Scamardi were at it once again. For second position, Scamardi on that occasion held on the Belgian driver, showing a defensive masterclass against his Hungarian counterpart. But then the door was open, not quite big enough for a car, but Lasonche forced the issue. A little bit of rub in his racing. That's how Levente Lasonche found himself up into second position. Good bit of driving from the Hungarian driver. Scamardi lives to fight another day, holding on into third position. Plenty of battles all the way up and down the field on this occasion, though. We are on red flag conditions, but I'm hearing on my timing screen that in just under 5 minutes' time, we will be going green flag racing once again. That is at 14:05 local time. The race will get underway again here at the Salzburgring. So you have a few more minutes to get yourself comfortable, tracksiding at home, and then we're going to pick up where we left off with Ruben Volt as our race leader from Levente Lasonche and Giovanni Scamardi in third position. For anybody in the crowd that can hear this, give me a cheer. You're on television. Give me a cheer, arms up in the air. The crowd, give me a cheer. Oh, come on, grandstand and start. Yay! There we go. Great stuff in the sunshine here in Austria. Waiting, anticipating the race start. In 3 minutes, 24 seconds, we will be going green flag racing once again. Big questions that need to be answered. Can Ruben Volt hold on for yet another race win in TCR Europe? Levente Lasonche, his teammate at ALM Motorsports, is in second place. Will there be some team play between those two drivers? We heard at Zolder that Ruben Volt deliberately elected not to fight his teammate too hard. His words were, "I am not going to fight past Levente unless he makes a mistake." Does the same apply for this particular race? Or is it all fair in love and war? There's a race victory on the line. Of course there is. That's going to be fascinating to see the dynamic between those two young chargers of the ALM Motorsport team. Giovanni Scamardi, in third position, will be more than a little bit irritated, having lost the race lead, having been outgunned by Lasonche during the course of the race to drop down to third. The Belgian driver, no stake in this one whatsoever. He's not in contention for the championship as things stand, and he's certainly not associated with the ALM Motorsport Honda team ahead. So for Scamardi, it's all about now. It's all about today. The Belgian driver has absolutely nothing to lose. Big push expected from third position. What complicates things for Giovanni, his teammate and championship challenger, Aurelien Comte, is directly behind. Will the Belgian driver allow his teammate past and the extra points in which a position gained will give? Or is it all about his own performance? Going to be fascinating to see exactly how that dynamic plays out in 1 minute and 33 seconds before that green flag takes place. Scamardi, he knows the best way to avoid having to play the team game to put a car between yourself and your teammate, and that's exactly what he'll be looking to do, looking to charge past Lasonche as quickly as possible. A few fans walking through the back of the paddock, trying to get themselves a better vantage point for this race restart. Hurry up, folks. We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds before we go green flag racing once again. You can see the sunshine is beating upon the paddock here at the Salzburgring. Anticipation, tension is borderline palpable here at the track as we're excited to go racing again in just under 1 minute's time. The green flag safety car will take the cars out of pit lane and then they'll be released. The whole bucket load of madness will ensue, absolutely no doubt. 13 scheduled laps, the maximum safety car running, so we'll bump that up to 15. We've already completed 8. Do some fast maths there, 7 laps to go. Half distance just passed. Currently in the rookie standings, Nacio Montenegro is the lead rookie driver in 6th position, although he's got Santiago Concepcion behind in 7th. And for the Diamond Trophy, Felipe Fernandez is the lead Diamond driver in 8th position overall, but he's got Nico Baldan and Victor Davidovsky, his two main Diamond Trophy rivals, directly behind him. So a few inter-battles to think about. But before we do that one, let's go green again. I can hear the klaxon. Pit lane open. Safety car accelerates, and the remainder of the TCR Europe field get ready to do battle once again. The hills are alive with the sound of roaring engines. Here we go again then. One lap behind the safety car, and then they'll be released, and a whole bucket load of madness will follow, I am absolutely sure. Ruben Volt then, to remind you all, is our man at the lead of the pack. Levente Lasonche, Giovanni Scamardi, Rallying Comte, Franco Girolamo, Ignacio Montenegro, Santiago Concepcion, Felipe Fernandez, and Nico Baldan and Victor Davidovski round out the top 10. Victor Anderson is the last of our cars that are running in this race in the bright orange MAGP Lincoln Co 03. Tyres, brakes and drivers will have cooled down somewhat during that slight pause in activity. Question is, who can get on with the job at hand the quickest? When we go racing again, when the safety car lights go out and it clears down pit lane, things will get loud, things will get leery, very quickly indeed. Warming of the tyres, they've already gone through a heat cycle, of course, out on the racetrack. Drivers will be very, very keen to get on with this one. This is the last time we're racing this weekend before we head to Spa-Francorchamps at the start of July, the 5th and 6th to be exact. Safety car will do one lap to heat tyres and then we'll go in on lap 2, so a full lap with the safety car just to make sure everything is back up to temperature. And then on the second lap the lights will be extinguished, the car will peel off, and loudness and excitement, led by Ruben Volt, will kick into gear once again. And again, big reminder for everybody trackside, down on the podium, down on the stage in the fan village is where the podium celebrations will take place. So if you want to get up close to the stars of TCR Europe, join in the celebrations, make a special memory for yourself and for the drivers as well. Don't forget, it's great to be racing in front of such great crowds. And do make sure to head down there before the checkered flag waves and well, after the checkered flag waves obviously, and then receive our drivers to a big cheer. That would be absolutely fabulous. So there we go, lap 1 completed. At the end of this lap the safety car will say goodbye and we will go racing once again with Ruben Volt, Levente Lasonche, the ALM Motorsport heading the pack here at the Salzburgring. So, safety car in this lap. At the conclusion of lap 9, the start of lap 10, we're going to go for a sprint start for the final few laps to wrap up the weekend here at the Salzburgring in Austria. TCR Europe round 5 and 6. This is round 6, of course. We visited the Zolder circuit prior to this one, and then of course started our year at Vallelunga in Italy. Straight from here, then we're off to Spa-Francorchamps. We'll also visit Brno and Valencia before the year is out. But that's the future, this is the now. We're getting ready to go racing again in a few moments' time. I'm excited, the crowd's excited. I sure hope you folks at home are excited as well, because this is going to be a sprint to the line for all of these drivers. Can Ruben Volt hold on to his hard-fought race lead? Will Levente Lasonche challenge his teammate? Can Giovanni Scamardi score his best results in TCR Europe? Or what will a Rallying Comte and title rival and 2023 standings leader Franco Girolamo have to say about the cars ahead? Timing tower has updated. We've now got 15 laps from the originally scheduled 13 to go. We're waiting for the run down into the final corner. The safety car's out of your shot because Ruben Volt is bunching the pack back up. He'll be getting ready to scamper when the coast is clear. He'll be hoping to get an early advantage. Look how close Giovanni Scamardi is. That's not the body language of a man that's going to concede to his teammate. Ruben Volt now onto the loud pedal. We are back racing again here at the Salzburgring for the final 5-lap dash to the flag. Ruben Volt is the man that will lead us across the line for the start of green flag running. There we go, the green flag is waving. Ruben Volt leads the train of TCR touring cars for the run down into T1. Giovanni Scamardi hot on the tail of Levente Lasonche. We can see in the background that is Girolamo trying to find a way past Lasonche. A little bit ragged through the chicane. That allows Scamardi an opportunity to have a sniff at the rear of the Honda ahead. Giovanni Scamardi knows that's the opportunity, knows that he needs to run now, and then around the outside, Franco Girolami decides both SP competition cars a fair game. Girolami, the bravest of the brave, makes his way around the outside of Aurelien Comte. Comte tries to fight back. A little bit of kissing between the two cars. No harm, no foul on this occasion. But Franco Girolami does not know where that came from. But that is very, very brave. Comte, though, on the fight back. Side by side, the two Cupras. Just behind, Ignacio Montenegro tries to get into this one as well. Around the outside. Did not work on this occasion for Girolami, but that is a massive signal of intent from our championship leader. Montenegro trying very hard as well to leverage that opportunity for an overtake. No such opportunity on this occasion. Aurelien Comte behind his teammate Giovanni Scamardi. Scamardi, though, thoroughly harrying the back of Lefente Lesonche, though, very good through the final chicane in the last corner. That buys him a little bit of breathing space. I'm looking at the commentary box window, and they're almost as one as they go past me. Lesonche, though, still the cork in the bottle in second position. Girolami to the inside. Aurelien Comte gives him the racing room. Franco Girolami gets the job done. Girolami loses the car. Contact. Franco Girolami contacts into the barriers at the T1 chicane. Is that enough to retire the car? Girolami all on his own. Too late on the brakes. Aurelien Comte recognised the danger. And Franco, that is a big mistake from the Argentinian driver. Maximum aggression, points for trying. But that is going to be a big detriment to his championship charge. Aurelien Comte went over the gravel as well, but he's recovered and is still behind Giovanni Scamardi. At the back of the shot we can see Franco Girolami still on the racetrack. There was no foul play there whatsoever. It was purely a case of too hot and too hard for Franco Girolami. I think he may have gotten away with that one, but he has dropped all the way to the back of the field, and now I'm sure the phone call will be coming to Giovanni Scamardi. Allow Comte through. He's fighting for the championship. You are not. His main rival's out of contention. Give him the position if you possibly can. And Giovanni Scamardi, maybe he's got a broken radio on this occasion. He might possibly ignore that call should it come through. But you've got to be a little bit careful, because Ignacio Montenegro, the ALM Motorsports Honda with the green wing mirrors, is firmly in contention as well. Montenegro, lights flashing from Comte ahead. He wants that position from Scamardi, but Montenegro thinks, well, there's indecision, there's opportunity. On this occasion, though, not enough room. Montenegro has to go around the barriers and around and through the gravel. He's still very much, though, at the back of Aurelien Comte. Comte desperate to signal to his teammate, let me through, I want that podium position. Giovanni Scamardi, though, has the pace to keep the place, as Nico Baldan having a good fight with Felipe Fernandez. Baldan makes the move stick, moves up into 7th position. Told you there was going to be drama when we got racing again. It was well worth the wait, wasn't it? And I'm just looking at my timing screen. Girolami's not saying he's in pit lane, but I don't see him in the shot at this moment in time. But the end result is the same. He's in 11th place on the timing screen, just behind his teammate in the running order at least, Victor Davidovsky. We'll look again at this fight between Aurelien Comte, Ignacio Montenegro, and at the front of the pack, Giovanni Scamardi. Scamardi doing everything he can to keep hold of this 3rd position. Aurelien Comte doing everything he can to let his teammate know, I really would like that bottom step of the podium. Thank you very much. And can you hurry up about it? Because I've got an Argentinian bloke behind me that's really keen to find his way past Ignacio Montenegro on a bit of a crest of a wave at this moment in time. Strong in quali, strong in race 1, and having a very, very good go of it in race 2 as well. No room into the chicane to start the lap, but Montenegro aggressive and close behind him. Fernandez gets all crossed up. Sorry, not Fernandez. Concepcion gets all crossed up, but holds on to the car. And Montenegro absolutely desperate to find a way past these two teammates. Scamardi, though, still holds on to 3rd position. While they're fighting, that allows Volt and Lesonche to bolt off into the distance. They're now out of contention, a good 2.5 seconds up the road. It is all eyes on this fight for the bottom step of the podium, currently held by Giovanni Scamardi. The big question is, for how long can the Belgian hold on? Running down now, one of the fastest parts of the racetrack, Aurelian Comte finds the inside line. Scamardi, though, not keen on backing out of this one. Holds around the outside. Teammates side by side. Comte is through. Montenegro for good measure as well. Trying to buy into this one, the outside line for Giovanni Scamardi. Not working out. That becomes the inside, though. The Belgian goes deep. Montenegro runs out of racing room. Scamardi holds on just for fourth position. Behind them, a little bit on the quiet, Nico Balban snuck his way up the timing street. It's saying seventh, but we know for a fact that's not right because I've got eyes. I can see Nico Balban looks like he's up into sixth position. As our two race leaders on the final lap work their way through the chicane. First, second, third is Comte, fourth Scamardi, fifth Montenegro, sixth is Nico Balban. So he's found a way past Santiago Concepcion over the course of the previous lap. Good recovery drive from Nico Balban. All the more important with the likes of Franco Girolami down in 11th position. So the Balban group by Continu Audi making good headway. Victor Anderson at the back of the shot as well there, trying to do something about Felipe Fernandez ahead. Anderson, Fernandez almost side by side. Victor Anderson, though, starting to run out of racetrack in order to get that position done. Looking further up, though, Giovanni Scamardi now and Ignacio Montenegro on the final lap of the race. Montenegro looks one way, looks the other way. Scamardi has the inside line covered. Will he run a little bit deep to the right hand? And Montenegro can't quite get the car turned in, almost catches the back of the Cooper. A last minute decision to go around the outside for Montenegro. Doesn't have enough of an overlap, though, although the Argentine driver doing well to hold on. But at the front of the field, it is Ruben Volt for the third time. He's going to take the checkered flag and win a race in TCR Europe. Ruben Volt for ALM Motorsports wins round 6 of TCR Europe at the Salzburgring. A 1-2 for the team as Levente Lasonche crosses the line in second. Aurelian Comte in third. And then, at the death, Ignacio Montenegro manages to steal fourth position from Giovanni Scamardi, with Nico Balban crossing the line in sixth, ahead of Santiago Concepcion. Victor Anderson is eighth, ninth is Felipe Fernandez, then Davidovski and Franco Girolami cross the line in 10th and 11th positions respectively. Ruben Fernandez, Sandro Saubeck do not finish the race. Well, that was the longest 15-lap race that you'll ever see, but it was well worth the wait. Fantastic stuff from our TCR Europe crew. Really good racing up and down the field, and another race victory for Ruben Volt as the Estonian driver works very hard indeed to get that overtake done and get the race victory that he so deserves. Let's have another look then at the highlights from round 6 of TCR Europe. The first start that we had, standing start from the grid. It was a good launch off the line from Ruben Volt. A good bit of aggressive and exciting driving, and the breaking down into T1. Giovanni Scamardi tries to find room where there is none, has to go over the gravel. For his own cause, Ruben Volt does a bit of drifting as well. Scamardi on that occasion managed to navigate his way through the gravel and retain an early race lead. That race lead, though, did not last for long as Franco Girolami starts the first of his adventures a little bit further down the pack. Then Levente Lasonche decides now's the time to pull the trigger. Finds an opportunity, looks to the rear of Scamardi's car. On this occasion, can't find a way past, but a little bit further into the race, Lasonche finds a gap where there was none and leverages his way past Giovanni Scamardi for second position, a positional hold to the flag. A little bit further down the running order, the two teammates at SP Competition and the very super aggressive and brave Franco Girolami have an incredible race once the action got underway again following our red flag period. Our two championship rivals, Aurelian Comte and Franco Girolami, side by side. On this occasion, Girolami using all of his racing experience as he possibly can, desperate to find a way past the SP Competition car, while Ignacio Montenegro keeps a watching brief. Heading down into the pinch point of the T1 chicane, too much curb, too much sideways action, and a trip to the barrier is a result for Franco Girolami. Big damage on that Monlan Motorsports machine. He would finish down the running order, while at the front of the field, the two SP competition cars, Aurelian Comte and Giovanni Scamardi, squabble over the bottom step of the podium. Advantage, Frenchman Aurelian Comte. Ignacio Montenegro tries to leverage his opportunity, while Giovanni Scamardi was unsettled from the overtake, but the Belgian driver, on that occasion at least, was very strong and robust in his defence. However, Montenegro would find a way past before the checkered flag, a checkered flag taken by this man, Ruben Volt, for a commanding and impressive race victory for ALM Motorsport. Bang of the roof of Ruben Volt as we go back to the live pictures. That one means a lot to the Estonian, all the more so because it's a 1-2 for the ALM Motorsport team. Incredible stuff, incredible racing, absolutely fantastic stuff, and that has a big change on the provisional TCR Europe classification. Assuming things stay as they are, and that's never a guarantee after a steward's inquiry, it will be Aurelian Comte who's our championship leader by a massive 1 point from Franco Girolamo. Ignacio Montenegro, 169 points, puts him third in the championship standings. Ruben Volt moves up into fourth in the overall classification. Nico Beldan, after a difficult weekend, drops to fifth. Came into this weekend third in the standings, now down into fifth in the sole full season Audi LMS TCR, Audi LMS Evo TCR. So really interesting stuff to see from the drivers. Really exciting stuff to see onto the track. And I'm sure you'll agree with me, that was a thoroughly entertaining race indeed. Another reminder for you all, if you're here at the Salzburgring, our drivers are making their way into the course cars and heading down to the podium celebrations, which can be found in the fan village at the bottom of the paddock. The big stage, you can't miss it, where all the cars and the displays are. Head on down there and help us celebrate what has been a fantastic and hard-earned podium for these top three drivers. Give us a big cheer for Ruben Volt, Levente, Lasonche and Aurelian Comte. They're making their way into the cars now, so if you're not already there, get your skates on, as they say in the UK, because our drivers will be there very soon indeed, and it'll be great to have an opportunity for you all to celebrate with us what has been a really sensationally entertaining race, it has to be said, despite the red flag interruption. And again, massive thanks to the marshals for clearing the cars and getting us back into racing so quickly indeed. It's really is fantastic work, as always, undertaken by the marshals here at the Salzburgring and around the world, of course. So we're just getting our drivers down now to the podium celebrations. Again, to recap, it was Ruben Volt from Levente, Lasonche, Aurelian Comte in third, Ignacio Montenegro in fourth, Giovanni Scamardi fifth, Nico Baldan sixth. In seventh position was Santiago Concepcion from Victor Anderson in eighth, Felipe Fernandez ninth, Victor Davidovsky 10th, and in 11th, Franco Girolamo. And outside my commentary box, someone's got the loudest and most annoying sounding thing you've ever heard. So hopefully that doesn't pick up, and hopefully that shuts up really quickly. So there we go. There's the safety car taking the drivers down towards the podium. Plenty of fans here trackside, plenty of activations at the Salzburgring. Hopefully they don't get blocked in by some of these race cars, some of the classic car displays. They're about to go out on the track. There's a sad-looking Fernandez Honda. You can just see the back of your shot. Got a Mark 1 Escort in the way. Come on, we've got a podium. There we go. Good stuff. They're on for their next track action in a couple of minutes' time. You can also see that's the helicopter that we saw briefly in race one, the Austrian police, their Cobra team, their hostage extraction service, putting on some great displays a little bit earlier on to keep the fans entertained around this beautiful Salzburgring circuit. And just a few more minutes' time, we'll be doing our podium celebrations. And I think it's fair to say we've all probably enjoyed that one a great deal, but none more so than Ruben Volt and Levente Lasonche, a 1-2 for ALM Motorsports. Absolutely fantastic stuff. The safety car's almost in the fan village. So if you're around in the fan village, head over to the stage as we host the TCR Europe round 6 podium celebrations, and I very much look forward to seeing how these things go for our drivers and seeing them celebrate what they should hope. It's been an absolutely classic race. It has to be said. It's been a really, really, really entertaining adventure for our TCR Europe cars. So if you are down there and the drivers do get there, give them a big cheer because they deserve it. It is. We all love motor racing here. That's why we're at a racetrack. And that's probably why you guys were all here in the pouring down rain yesterday. We love racing. And I'm sure, like me, you thoroughly appreciate a really, really good show. And that's what, as to be fair, and I know I'm biased because I love TCR Europe, we always put on a good show in TCR Europe. And that's been another beautiful example of that one. Big shout out as well to the chap that's just gone and closed my commentary box door so I can't hear the annoying noise. Thank you very much indeed. That is sincerely appreciated. As we see the podium celebrations beginning now. Another look. That's probably one of the most famous corners at the Salzburgring. We did a piece for social media, so do check out TCR Series and TCR Europe on social media, having a look at that corner and just how heavily cambered it is and just how difficult it is for the drivers to navigate their way around it. Without exception, everybody I've spoken to in the paddock have all said the same thing. Basically, I'll do the polite version because this is a family programme. Words to the effect of, wow, that was impressive and slightly scary, but maybe with slightly fruitier language. It really is an incredible racetrack, an incredible thing to go racing on, and put on a very decent show indeed. As here we go, podium time, Aurelien Comte. But he didn't expect that one a few laps ago, but a really nice fight with Giovanni Scamardi at the end. He gets the podium. Levente Lasonche, lovely chap, is Levente, won at Circuit Zolder, and he's at his second position now here at the Salzburgring. And Ruben Volt, also a lovely chap, taking the victory. Yet another victory for the young Estonian driver. And then the winner of our rookie classification, Nacio Montenegro, Martin Lauer, coming on to the podium as well for ALM Motorsports as the team representative. And there is Nacio Montenegro. Got a joke for you. How many ALM Motorsport drivers can you fit on a podium? Answers on a postcard, please. But here we go. I think it's now time for the national anthem.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now we got the trophies. And here is the
Fantastic stuff there, the Estonian national anthem for our race winner, Ruben Volt. Absolutely superb performance from Ruben. Reverse grid, of course, started in second position, got the car off the line, not as well as race one, but very, very well indeed. Beat Giovanni Scamardi after some shenanigans down into T1 and took a well-deserved race win. Aurelien Comte continuing his charge for the 2024 TCR Europe title. Got a long way to helping his cause. 1 point ahead of Franco Girolami, bottom step of the podium. Second place, Levente Lasonche. Yet more silverware for the young Hungarian. And then a winner's trophy for Ruben Volt. That means a lot. You can see how happy Ruben is about that one. Of course, ALM Motorsports. They've not been around very long, but they're getting quite the enviable collection of trophies. Martin Lauer there taking his for the team winning. And then the fourth driver is Ignacio Montenegro. Finished fourth overall and won the rookie classification. So another rookie's first place for Montenegro, our 2023 TCR South America champion. Starting to show the class we knew he's capable of, and the form he knew he would be capable of this season. So good performance there from all of the ALM Motorsport drivers and from SP Competition as well. Let's bear in mind for Giovanni Scamardi had a very, very strong drive indeed. He gets his best result in TCR Europe with 5th position. And now for the champagne. There we go. That's our group of excited drivers, and so they should be. a really fine performance from all. It was a long race. We had a red flag period. We've had passing, we've had intrigue, we've had excitement, and most of all, we've had an absolutely fantastic time here at the Salzburgring. And a much-deserving race winner in Ruben Volt, who put his name in the record books alongside Franco Girolami as the two winners in Austria in TCR Europe in 2024. Fantastic stuff from all of those drivers. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed the racing as much as I have here in the commentary box and the crowd have out there in the grandstands. And again, take a look at our race winner, the flashing of the lights, the crossing of the line, Ruben Volt. A 1-2 for ALM Motorsport ahead of Levente La Sonche. And remember, we're back in action again after a short break in TCR Europe. The weekend of the 5th and 6th of July we'll be at the circuit Spa-Francorchamps as we return to action. It's been an entertaining, a weather-filled weekend. And from us all, thanks for watching and goodbye.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Okay, I'm checking.